Oh, what? No way. I love LE SSERAFIM. This is so awesome.
You've been following Cat's Eye recently.
Yeah, I think they're like an extremely talented global girl group. Another icon.
Yeah. Icon. See, icon. Yeah.
For me and my fans saying, hey, this is what this is and this is what you've been here for. And this is like a love letter. Thank you for being here. So that's what it was for, you know?
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Young Suk. As I told you, you can call me Youngs. And currently I'm running a bass music community called Based in Seoul.
Really cool name.
Yeah, and I'm happy to have you here. Could you briefly introduce yourself to your fans?
Yeah, my name is Ray Volpe, and that is my real name as well as my artist name. I'm from Los Angeles in the United States. I just put out an album, my first album, called Forever Volpetron. It's something that I've been working on for years now that I'm very excited about, and I get to go all over the world and play shows, play those songs, including here in Seoul. So it's really awesome.
Thank you so much. As far as I know, you arrived in Korea a few days ago.
Yes.
And I saw your Instagram on that day. You had a Korean barbecue.
Yes, there's a spot that we go to every time, and we absolutely love it. Every time we're out here, we always end up going there and also just try to explore as much as we can. The food is just 10 times better here, you know, and the kimchi especially. You know?
What about
Yeah.
banchan? So many banchans
yes,
here, right?
yes.
So you could make a lot of dynamics with
100%.
the song.
Absolutely, 100%.
Right.
Like we're always like mixing pork belly and kimchi together, you know, trying to just get like the best bite we
Garlic.
can. Yeah.
As someone who's been following you for so long, I know you love K-pop.
Yeah.
And you made your dream debut at S2O
Yes.
in Korea, and you even have a personal connection here too. So I think like being in Korea means a bit different for you.
Definitely, 100%.
Then how do you feel about headlining your first show in Korea?
Very, very happy. I'm very excited. It's something that I wasn't sure if it would ever happen. I thought that I would probably only maybe play festivals. So to actually come out here and do my own club show is really cool. From like S2O, as World DJ Fest, when I played that last year. Where
I've been there.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It gets really hot in the summer.
Right.
Very hot in the summer here. But just, you know, playing those shows and gaining some really awesome fans and a really nice community out here, it makes me really excited to come back because I feel like the people that are here are like diehards, and it makes me really happy to be able to play for them, and it makes me really excited and just really grateful, you know. Honestly, on a personal basis, just like with, you know, my girlfriend, her parents are from here, so like it was something that I wanted to like understand more about like their culture and like just the lifestyle and the differences and such like that. So it was something that was important for me on a personal front there. Finding out that they're gonna come tonight is really cool. It makes me really excited.
I'm super excited for your show tonight.
Thank you.
I'm super happy. Oh, so actually this is your water.
Oh, thank you so much.
If you want to,
Thank you.
Yeah, have a small
Thank you.
water break. Yeah. I'm not really sure whether you know about it, but unfortunately, bass music scene in Korea is relatively small.
Yeah, I know it's a lot smaller than other, you know, music with like your techno and everything else. Yeah.
Right, but like when your music plays at a festival in Korea, like everyone is going wild,
Yeah.
crazy, like everyone is dancing, engaging really, really easily. I think it's because your music has intuitive melody line, and it's one of the biggest strengths in your music because
Thank you.
it's super catchy and hooking. So what inspires you when you create melody lines for drops? And is there any specific melody making process that is super memorable or you cannot forget?
I think that for me, thank you for noticing that, by the way. I think for me, I always try to make music that feels the most true to me, which for me, I like all genres. Like you said, I like dubstep, I love K-pop. I also love metalcore, I love R&B, I love rap, I love everything. So I want to make my music feel as accessible as possible to anyone. I really try to intentionally make my music just feel as approachable to anybody as possible. That way anyone can ever, you know, just enjoy it. And I think that that's something that's really important. So I try to make melodies that feel inviting in that way, and try to make patterns and rhythms that feel, inviting is the best way to make it, to put it. And I try to make them all short that way, because I think the longer a melody is, then I think that it's harder to get it caught
Right.
in your head. So I
Right.
try to make them a bit shorter. That way it's a little bit easier. I think shorter, a bit more repetitive. Calls and responses. I try to do stuff like that. That way it's something that will get caught in your head and it gets stuck in your head, and it's something that's easy to remember and become catchy inevitably. Yeah.
Right. Wow. You put a lot of effort to make
I
a
try.
good melody
Thank you.
lines.
I think no melody is better than a bad melody. It hurts. It hurts the song more. You know.
Right.
The
You mean when it comes to like dance music or all genres?
all genres. You know.
see.
I think that there's some songs that have there's some songs I've heard that have like a really good first verse vocally. The verse is awesome. Like it catches you, it hooks you in. You're really excited for the chorus, and the chorus is boring, and that can ruin the entire song. Or similarly, the other way around. Maybe the chorus is the best chorus in the world, but the first verse that is the first thing that you hear in the song is really bad, and that can ruin the song.
Right.
There's a lot of small things like that that can really kind of come into play. Kind of similarly, but not the same at all. This one's a bit more judgmental, but for me, if I'm on Spotify or SoundCloud and I see a song and the artwork is really bad, I'm less likely to even click the song if the artwork is bad, because I'm
Right.
like, oh, from a branding perspective or just like visually as an artist, I'm like, oh, this doesn't look like it's gonna be good from the art. So you judge, like you're not supposed to judge, but it's very human to
Right.
judge a little bit at just
Yeah.
a bare face value. So I try to make things as intentional as possible in every way.
According to what you mentioned, in the beginning of your music production, you were inspired by Skrillex
Yes.
and Illenium really a lot. And then you started to get influenced by a lot of diverse bass music artists like Sabine, Zomboy, and so many different types of artists. So if you have new uprising bass music artists that caught your ear recently,
Ooh.
then could you recommend some of their tracks?
Yeah, I don't know how new you can call these people, because a lot of them have been making music for a long time, but I think that they are on an uprising, and I think that they are growing and doing really awesome things. I think the first names that come to mind are Vastiv,
So
who
good.
mixes metal and dubstep. He's an extremely talented writer because he does vocals, he plays guitar, he knows how to make extremely good dubstep and heavy
He even
music.
collabed with you.
Yes, we have a song on
Right,
my
yeah,
album,
yeah.
Get Smacked. He's incredibly talented. Another person that's on the album with me, his name is Tynan on Danger, and I think he knows how to take really weird sounds and fun, repetitive, catchy pre-drops and make something out of it, and that's something that I really like because it's something I relate to. He's extremely talented as well as some artists like VRG, who's making really awesome in-your-face, very guttural, punching in the face style energy dubstep.
Right.
An artist like him is really, really great, as well as Control Freak, who makes some more trap influenced dubstep, or Chizoki that makes some more
Chizoki.
trap influenced dubstep as well. I think that they are like the kind of the next generation for me.
I need to listen to all of them. Actually, I heard VRG
Yeah.
first time today, so
Oh.
I think I should listen to him.
Yeah, he has some really awesome songs. Everything that you hear has a lot of energy. It just feels like you're getting punched in the stomach. You know, it's very heavy, but it's not overly heavy. It just feels like it's a good like headbang vibe.
I see. Hey guys, VRG.
VRG.
Check it out.
VRG. He's a good friend of mine. I love him. Yeah.
Now I want to talk about your album. So, when I first listened to your album, I felt like, wait, I could feel like the entirety of Ray's music style in this just one single album, because there are so many genres like melodic dubstep, like brostep, bass house, and I could even feel some elements of pop punk.
Yeah.
And like metalcore
Yeah.
that you really, really like.
Yeah.
So as a fan, I was really, really happy because while I was listening to your album, I felt like I was like following your whole music journey up to this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, what I realized was like, wait, is this his first full-length album? Because you made your debut even like more than 10 years
Yeah.
ago, right? So I think the gap between your debut and your debut album is really, really big.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this album means a lot to you.
It definitely does.
Yeah, so could you share like what this album means to you?
Yeah, definitely. And thank you for noticing that. I I definitely wanted to make sure that whenever I did do my first album, that it felt right to me, and it just never felt right for the first, 15 years. I've been making music, 15 years now. It'll be
Right.
16 years next year, which is crazy, and it just never felt like it was the right time to make an album. I've done a lot of EPs, 4 songs, 5 songs, etc., but it never felt like it was kind of natural to do something bigger. And I also knew that when I wanted to do an album eventually, that I would want it to be big and not like 10 songs, something closer to 16, which is what I
Right.
ended up doing. And I really wanted to also ensure that I had the community for it, and not just the community of people that like dubstep, but all the genres that I make. And like you said, there's a lot of influences on this album, and it's all the sounds that I've been making since the beginning. My first ever songs were glitch hop and electro house and dubstep. So I moved into doing vocal trap for a little bit, and then I was basically only doing dubstep and melodic dubstep, and then I started kind of going full force on dubstep on when stuff like Laserbeam took off, which is funny because Laserbeam's kind of a trappier song, but I think it really solidified me in the dubstep scene. So by the time I felt like, hey, I really want to do this, it was October 2023. I had just made Let It In with Run, and that was a very melodic song that had some it was like a melodic dubstep meets kind of progressive house type song. And when I made it and I made the first draft, I was listening back and I was like, oh, this is for the album. And there was no album, but that was what I felt. I was like,
felt that.
I was like, this is for the album. So at that point I knew it was going to happen. So I
see.
knew I needed to now form a bunch of different songs around that were different styles, because I knew I didn't want it to just be one note. I wanted it to be a bunch of different things. I wanted it to encompass my entire career. I wanted it to encompass everything I've done as an artist.
Right.
So it means everything to me. It's as personal as it can get for an album. It's, I think, definitively what Ray Volpe is as a project. I think that's what I was trying to show. I think that it could be argued that like there's not something out of left field from me on here, right? Like this is all kind of what you would come to expect in different areas of me, but that's what this album was for. This album was, this is who I am and this is what my music is. For me and my fans saying, hey, this is what this is and this is what you've been here for, and this is like a love letter. Thank you for being here. So that's what it was for,
I see. I could feel warmth.
Yes.
That's why.
Perfect.
So this is gonna be the last question, and I know you're a fan of K-pop,
Yeah.
right? So I prepared a little present for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way. I didn't even see the bag earlier. Oh, what? No way. I love Le Sserafim. This is so awesome.
Right.
This is so cool.
That's like the first Le Sserafim's full studio album.
No way. So
About
is this a CD then? Oh,
Right,
that's
and
so
it has so
awesome.
many like
extras.
photo
Yeah.
album, like it has photo card and it has photo, I don't know what it, like photo booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm super glad you like it.
I'm gonna put this in my like I have like a spot like in our living room that has like a bunch of like display stuff that we put up for display. This is gonna go right there. This is perfect. Thank
I'm
you so much.
super happy.
The design is super awesome. Thank you so much. That is so kind. This is
Yeah.
so awesome. Yeah,
Because I
Sserafim
saw
are
you
amazing.
like twice,
Yeah.
like Le Sserafim, Aespa.
Yeah.
But even though I prepared Le Sserafim's
Hmm.
album, but I saw you mention that you've been following Cat's Eye recently.
Yeah, I think they're like an extremely talented global girl group. I've actually we've been watching since Dream Academy. So whenever they announced that what they were doing, we were
that's
excited
so
about it. We watched the entire process, and then when Netflix had the whole docu-series drop,
Documentary.
like we watched that, and been a massive fan since. I'm actually playing my flip of Gnarly tonight. What? Yeah, so I made a little flip that's gonna be very fun to play. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually I'm a big fan of Cat's Eye too.
Yeah.
And
Another icon. Yeah.
yeah, icon, see icon, yeah. I feel like their style fits bass music so well.
Perfectly. It's very EDM and very like Gen Z like first, and I think it really encompasses dance music in a nice way that I think that a lot of K-pop is also kind of leaning towards and drifting towards. But I think that Cat's Eye are doing it in a very forward-thinking way, because I think that song like Gnarly, which doesn't encompass their entire discography at all, but that song specifically really gives me nodes of like Sophie.
Right.
in terms of that production style. It's very experimental, very weird, and I think that that's exactly like what we need. So I love that for like as a dance music fan, I love that a lot.
I found a very funny thing, like when you like praise someone, you say, "Oh, it's weird."
Yeah, yeah, and
Because
yeah.
I do that too. Like, you're so weird. It's a compliment.
It's a
for
compliment.
me.
Yeah, I think like I think weird production is like so awesome, you know,
Right,
because it's
right.
unique, it's different.
Right.
It's
more like left field,
Yeah.
experimental,
Yeah.
and people will follow.
yeah, it
Yeah.
catches you off guard. I think that a song like Gnarly specifically was very controversial and polarizing because a lot of people didn't like it because they were like, what the hell is this? But
Right.
then on the other hand, everyone's like, this is so fun
Right.
and so interesting and so cool. And I think that's exactly what you need, you know?
Right, it went viral so well.
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
Right.
I'm a massive fan. Yeah.
If you had a chance
Hmm.
to produce a song for them, what would it sound like?
Oh, it would probably be like a pop song that has like a dubstep-esque or a, like bass house like drop, but the drop would be like the bridge or something. Like it wouldn't be like the main part of the song. It would probably be there as like a breakdown and then it would go back to like the chorus or something. It would just have like kind of elements of what I do, but I would want to kind of go into their world more. Maybe it would be something where it's like a vocal and the chorus is happening, and the end of a chorus it's like ends with like dun 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 dun, dun and then a quick pre-drop of something. Like they could say some type of line, you know, like and drop it like, and then boom, and it kind of goes into something. Like it could just be, I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard question.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not a beatboxer. I'm not professional. You know. Yeah.
But I saw you sometimes like da 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 da,
Yeah.
or like boop 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 boop.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, something one of those. Yeah, one of those. I'll take either of them. That'll be it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having this.
Thank you so
interview
much
with
for talking to me, and thank you for the very kind
yeah,
gift.
my pleasure,
Yeah.
and hope you enjoy rest of your Korea trip.
Thank you so
and
much.
I'm really excited for your show tonight.
It's gonna be an amazing time. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good time.
Yeah. To wrap it up, could you say bye to your fans in
Absolutely.
Korean? Like I will teach
Yes.
you. So you can say 안녕.
안녕,
Yeah.
안녕,
안녕.
안녕.